So on the confirm page, what I need to do is I need to, receive that information, and once I've received it, run a little query that goes and gets all the whole article, so that the person deleting the article can just double check that it is in fact the right one. Now, because I'm going to be taking the ID number of that article to a third page, delete article, we may have a small problem because we get it from the first page. It gets sent through via the get method, and I'll just go back here. This is here when we tack it onto the end of a URL and a link. That's using the get method to send information through. That data is only going to survive for this page. As soon as I leave this page here, delete confirm, that get data disappears. So I'm not going to be able to take it through. So to get around that, I'm actually going to create a session variable. Now, sessions enable you to carry information as long as you want until you end the session or until you close the browser. So they're quite useful variables, or arrays really. And they can hold multiple bits of data, and you can have lots of sessions running at the same time. So now the first thing you're going to do, if you're going to have a session on a page, is go session underscore start, and then bracket, and then semicolon as always. And I'm going to create that session. So it's $_ session is what you call it. Then I'm going to put square brackets in, and then an apostrophe, and I'm going to call my session delete article. So I close the apostrophe, close the square bracket. Now I also want to put give it, I guess, a particular bit of information. So I'm going to put square bracket, apostrophe, and news ID, apostrophe, square bracket. So this is what my session is going to look like, and I want that to be equal to $_get, and then in square brackets, apostrophe, news ID, apostrophe, square bracket, and as always finish with a semicolon. So what that says is that news ID that gets sent through in the URL using the get method, whatever gets sent through, we're going to put it into this session variable. Now, our next step is now to run that query that goes and gets the information from the table based on the record that was selected. Again, I will paste that in, and you can see here I've got confirm SQL is the variable. Here's my SQL query that's going to run. The only thing that's different from usual is I've actually put a variable here, this $get, into the middle of it, and it looks very confusing. And what we've got here says where news ID equals, then what I do is I put an apostrophe, so that first little bit there's an apostrophe, then question mark, then a full stop, then the $get news ID stuff. After the last square bracket, put a full stop, then speech marks, and apostrophe to end it. And I'll just put a space there so you can see all that. So it looks like 3 lines, but that's a speech mark followed by an apostrophe. And then the last speech marks there are actually ending that whole variable. Okay. So that is the most complicated part about that. So remember, it starts with an apostrophe, I guess, to break out of the variable for a second. Then speech marks there, and then a full stop, which concatenates, in other words, adds it on. The thing we want to put in there, full stop again, then the speech marks, and then an apostrophe. Okay. So that'll run that query. Down the bottom here, in the body of the page, I'm going to echo that information so the user can see it. So I'll just paste that in again. There we go. So there's a lot of paragraph tags and stuff there. Essentially what I've done is I've just put a heading that says confirm the article to delete, and then in each paragraph I've just got the echo from that record set and headline, and that record set there, rs confirm, comes from up here in line 7 when I put the information into an associative array. So that will display the information. The last thing I guess I need to do then is just put in a do they agree whether they want to delete it or not. So I'll just have, I guess, a new paragraph for that, and I'll make a link, a ref equals, and if they are wrong, so they'll go back to delete select.php. So I'll put, I don't know, what's the text here? Oops. Well, I made a mistake. And close the link and close the paragraph. And if they decide they have got the right one, this was going to link to delete article.php and delete this article. Okay, close the link, close the paragraph. Alright, so if I go to my design view for a moment, you'll see confirm article, there's the information being displayed. Oops, made a mistake, takes you back. Delete this article, takes you forward to delete article.